Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today?
Not bad, yourself?
Actually, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. It's warming up out there finally?
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. I got my windows up with the air conditioning on because I'm talking to you.
Oh.
That's okay. That's okay. Probably go out tonight with the girls outside. So, brother dear.
Yes, sir.
What are we doing this weekend?
Keycon.
Can you say it again? Say it again.
Keycon.
What's the other word you were saying in our other episode? Was it velvet? What was it you were saying?
I was saying velvet?
No, you were saying a word. You're trying to say it with a deep tone when we did the episode with JP.
Oh, desire.
That's it.
What?
I love it. I think that's got to be a T-shirt. Desire.
Yeah.
Sean Geek-podcast. Desire.
Oh, great. Yeah. Everybody has their own catchphrase. Mine will say desire.
Love it.
Yeah. You can get yours now for the very low price of
$17.99. Oh man.
Well.
So, we could probably go through our list, pick a couple things. Actually, I'm changing gears a little bit. I'm going to be putting an episode up on Friday. I'm doing an interview with Charles Lauder, who is one of the Keycon guys. The guy basically kind of putting Keycon on this year.
Okay.
We're going to have an interview with him. I'm doing that this evening, and I'm going to have that up for Friday morning.
Right.
We're going to cross promote that with the gentle folk from Keycon.
Okay.
Actually, maybe a bit more officially than anything, which is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to put this episode up Wednesday, and then we'll have to do another one for Monday, maybe.
This one will be Wednesday after Keycon.
No, I think we'll do it before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe not. Maybe no. Maybe this is, you know what? We're going to put this up next Monday. We got too much going on this week. Wow, what's going on here? I think there's an accident. I guess I'm not getting home anytime soon.
Oh. No.
Yeah, so as we record this, this is post-Keycon. And we'll have a ton of other post-Keycon ones. But it's going to take a bunch of editing. So this will be, we'll use this one as our one in the bank and go from there. So
it's a pre-post. It's a pre-post.
Well, we did the same thing with Avengers Endgame. We did a pre-post. I did a pre-episode and a post-episode. So yeah, but we're doing the post in the stage. Look how backwards I do things.
Yeah. So yeah, last night I woke up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, shit, Keycon's this weekend. And I'm going, yeah, we just got through with Mother's Day, and it's like, bang, Keycon's next week. It's like, oh.
I thought we had another weekend in there, and I was looking at it too on Monday. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, well, same here, because I was going to tear down the studio, and I thought I had another week. So I was just in the midst of, I was going to take a couple pictures maybe, and maybe some print them off if anybody wants to see what the setup kind of looked like. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited. I actually took a look at the schedule today, actually, because I was also trying to figure out what room we're in, because I keep forgetting what room we're doing our two panels in.
Now they're both in the same room?
I believe so, yeah.
Because it's one right after the other, though, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, one right after the other. So I made a bunch of notes today. I'm going to make a bunch of notes either tonight or tomorrow. I should have the majority of the notes done. Right. But I got the podcasting 101. So we're doing two panels. So post Keycon, you'd be like, oh, I was already at that panel. So for those that missed it, we'll fill you in on what we're going to do.
That missed it.
Like,
you know what? Before the pre.
This is more convoluted than the time travel in Avengers Endgame. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, there's time travel involved.
Shit!
That's a spoiler.
Everybody knows. Except for you. But now you don't know.
We're like a week or two since the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Since it's come out. So.
Yeah, I apologize.
So Friday night, okay, so when I get home from work, I guess I'm just basically eat, grab my stuff and go.
Yep.
I was thinking of maybe just taking the afternoon off and going, but I mean, I'd be there, there's not really much point really.
No.
Until you get there. So, so once I get home, eat, grab my stuff, go, and then figure out what room we're in, and then I can either text you the room number. What time do you figure you're going to show?
Sylvie, there's a lot of clients trying to get in this week,
right?
At her business. So I think she figured she could get me there for 8. I'd like to be there. I want to be there before 9 because there's a couple of good panels at 9, 10, 11, and 12 or something.
Right.
I mean, I'm not. It'll be typical Keycon where I plan to do about like 20 panels and I end up doing 2.
Okay.
But there's some good stuff. But there's one that you and I are both doing for sure. It's the purity test. And I think that's purity. Oh, yeah. Not purdy. That ain't purdy. Purity.
Purity? To see how pure we are?
Yes, exactly. Or conversely, how impure we are.
Oh, okay. That's more like it, I guess.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that go. One of their goals is to add to their impurity and do things between one convention to the next convention to see if they can, either raise or lower the score to make themselves more, not horrible, but impure, I guess.
So you have to start the bar low, basically, is what you're saying?
Well, no, you're actually starting. Well, start the. Okay, I can't remember which way it goes, but if it goes high, I'm behind a sweeper. That's what's going on here. And he's doing 20K. No, maybe not even 20K.
Yeah. Are all your windows open? Get all that fresh dust.
Fresh dust. Okay, this guy's giving us an opportunity to get around, so I'm going around this dude.
There you go.
See, that's what you get on the Sean Geek podcast. Live traffic reports.
No one has a clue where you are or which street you're talking about.
But there's a car.
You're going to get the report.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's assume that the purity contest, I haven't done it in a few years. So let's assume the purity contest, the way it works is the higher your score, the more impure you are. So you start with a very low score, and you haven't done anything. So it's going to have questions like, have you ever kissed a woman? Have you ever kissed a man? Like, it'll be questions like that. So I think ideally you start with a very low score.
What kind of panel are you taking me to?
Oh, it's going to be fun. We'll be drinking in that panel, I'm sure.
This is like a truth or dare thing, or what?
Well, no, but they just ask questions. It's just a big questionnaire, and they call the questions out, and then you
everybody raises their hand, or?
No, it's all private, because they don't want to embarrass anybody. So you just write it down. You write down every answer you have on your, you bring paper and pen, or I think they provide it. You write it down. You write how many yeses you got and how many no's you got. And then that gives you a score. And I think it gives you an average. If you're between X and Y, then you're this. If it's between Y and Z, then you're that.
Huh.
Yeah, it's fun.
Could be interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's too bad that this episode is going to be post, since we're doing it pre, because we could probably get into, if you've never gone to Keycon and you're planning on going, you should almost have a checklist of things that you should be giving people to bring. Because the first time you go, you have no clue and what to expect. Because, when I first got there, and it was like, well, if you go to different theme rooms, they have their own mugs and their own glasses, and you buy it, and it's bottom.
All right, let's pause it now. We're going to travel back in time.
Okay.
So we're going to remind ourselves to put this episode up on Wednesday instead.
Okay.
So this episode will now be out in 2 days from now.
Oh, okay.
Before Keycon. See, look, time travel is easy. They had it all messed up in Avengers. You know what?
But you went from pre to post to pre again.
Yeah.
Just okay. So that was like Sheldon Flash when he said, "Okay, I'm going to go to the Grand Canyon and come back and say I'm back already" before he even left.
Yeah.
So we've done the post pre. Okay. So what?
Okay, so let's go with your line of thinking here now.
Okay. So what should you bring? What do you need to bring? What's the first thing on your list?
Money.
Yeah. Money, but you don't need a whole lot of money, really. It's basically, I mean, if you want to, you can bring your own food.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. Actually, it's strongly advised to do that.
Yeah, if you want snacks and stuff, you bring it, and if you have a room, then I mean, whatever, that's even better because now you'll have a fridge and whatnot to put all your stuff in.
Yep.
And you don't have to. And this will be the first year we actually have a room. Like we've gotten a room. Like we've shared a room in the past, and they've been so great. You know, it's been great that they were able to share their room with us. But yeah, this year this will be the first time, so we'll have our own fridge and whatnot.
Yeah,
so very excited
for that.
Now is clothing an important? Well, I mean, like different types of clothing, just regular what you wear off the street. A lot of people, you know, the Keycon this is kind of like a thing where people like to dress up in their either their LARPing stuff or whatever, you know, that they have throughout the whole thing, and it's totally fine because that's where it's kind of geared towards, and everyone is comfortable. It's a very comfortable atmosphere, very relaxed. There's no, you know, you don't have to worry about being judged or anything. It's a very relaxed atmosphere, and that I noticed the very first time I went there. I mean, people will dress up as crazy and as zany as you can think of. No one bats an eye. It's expected. So if you're planning on going, if you have something you want to wear, go.
But you're not comfortable right out of the gate. Bring it with you.
Yeah, keep
it in your bag, and then you're going to see. Hey, you know what? Everyone's dressed however they want to be, as freaky as they want to be, or as conservative as they want to be. Totally up to you how you want to dress.
Or just bring something for the they call it the masquerade, or no, for the judging. What's the name of that?
Of the what, sorry? The masquerade?
No, they're doing the judging before the masquerade, or is that called the masquerade?
That's called the masquerade. That's called the masquerade.
Yeah. So I mean, you could just dress in your regular clothes during the day. You can just, you know, take out your whatever it is you have for the masquerade only, or wear it all weekend. It's just whatever tickles your fancy. Yep. Now I don't know do they have Keycons in other areas, or is this just? I'm sure they have them in other areas, but I know they have it. Well, here's the only one I've ever heard of. But
I don't know. I know of one that was similar-ish to Keycon, and I think it was down in Fargo or Grand Forks, one of those places. And they did it very much the same. And I always say it's a social con. Basically, it's a con where you socialize and talk, you know, about nerdy, geeky stuff. Like, so it's not like a Comic-Con where you're just waiting in lines all the time, blowing tons of money on autograph pictures and autograph this and autograph that. This is where this is different. This is why I recommend it. You don't get judged. Maybe there's no judging that happens you are judged at the masquerade, though.
But that's a different judging. Those are judges not being judged. But,
But there was one like Fargo Grand Forks, and it's very much a social con as well. And I don't think they do it anymore, but they did run it the same way with theme suites and stuff like that. I believe. Now I never been, and I could be talking right out of my rear end, but I believe it's the only other one I'm aware of because I've actually jumped on a lot of forums and and tried to find another Keycon-like place.
Right.
Because, well, I don't know if I want to go in. Well, no, I'm not. Well, I'll just mention it quick. I did have a temporary boycott on Keycon 1 year, and we had our own Keycon outside of Keycon, and realized later that the boycott that I did on Keycon was not legitimate at all. That the reason I boycotted it I found out later wasn't true, and that I shouldn't have been boycotting them at all. So I regret it.
That was before my time, I guess.
It was, yeah.
That was quite confusing.
Yeah, so, sorry, Keycon, I missed out. That was the 1 year I missed, and that was why I missed. And I'm not going to go into the details, but I'll just say when something happens at Keycon, it is dealt with if something bad happens, and they deal with that. So,
yeah, well, that's a code of conduct, and it's posted there, and that's the first thing I think they talk about.
It's the prominent thing they talk about.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be safe and fun for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there's kids there, there's adults, there's older people. Well, I'm older, but yeah, like older people, and they dress up. There's no limitation at all when it comes to to Keycon.
Yeah. So, there's no other con like it, as far as I know. I've been trying to find one, but there isn't any that I'm aware of that happens now.
I hope they have the DJ in the elevator again this year. That's
my
awesome.
God. I totally missed them last year. I'm so mad.
Yeah, there's nothing like going in the elevator and they get the disco ball going and they get the flashing lights and the music going and people coming in and out. It's a thing in itself.
So let's continue on your line of thought you had there. So what should you bring? What can you expect? So you bring your true self to this because you can be yourself there. I think that's the biggest takeaway. But make sure you got changes of clothes. If you're too nervous to wear something crazy, you kind of want to feel it out first. Then feel it out first, see how it goes. And I haven't let my freak fly too much. But maybe 1 year I will. We'll see. I've dressed up a few times and worn some crazy stuff, but I'm not going to top Corey's crazy Britney outfit. But
well, this year we're going to have special. We're going to have our seanmcginity.ca shirts on.
Yes.
This year,
yes.
So that'll be new. So they'll be able to spot us, from wherever in the con. So they'll know. I guess they'll know who we are, or they'll know who we are by the end of it. Anyway.
Exactly. So if you're coming to the con this weekend and you don't know who we are or what we look like, look for that famous bald head with the microphone T-shirt, and look for us. It'll say Sean Geek on the T-shirt, and it'll have the seanmcginity.ca on the back. And look for us. Hey, we're friendly guys. We talk to anybody and everybody. We do not judge.
We have special badges too this year.
Yes, we'll have our special press lanyards
with the faces on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funny. Our face will be on there in case we forget what we look like. It'll be on our lanyard to remind us what we do look like.
Right. So normally every year we usually do the drive to Keycon.
Yes.
This year will be a little different, where I'll probably be there before you get there. I don't know if you wanted to do something on your way there, or if you wanted to do something after we're there.
If Sylvie's dropping me off, I guess I could. Or what I'll do, here's what I'll do. My suggestion was, I don't know if you can pull this off or not, but I thought it might be fun. You call into Corey on your way in. And, even if it's like 5 minutes or something, just to get, because, it's tradition. Right. But I might do it, like, once Sylvie drops me off, I will call you at that point. I'm not going to text you. Well, I'll text you on my way, but I'll call you until I find you, and I'll remain on the phone until I find you. So I'll be traveling through Keycon trying to find you.
Oh.
I think that might be, well, maybe. We'll play a game of hide and seek at Keycon.
Play a game of Find Waldo.
Yeah. maybe we'll find a way to incorporate it in. I think we'll try something like that. But if Corey can figure out, I wouldn't mind. I want Corey a little more involved in the podcast here. So I think getting him on that tradition will be kind of fun.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So, what else? If you forget to bring food, the other great thing about Keycon that I like so much is that people look after people. There is incredibly cheap food and drink available in multiple rooms. There's always tons of water around. Tons of water. The water's free. Anybody can drink the water. It's on multiple floors. There's always water, and it's always filled up. And the hotel staff are really good at making sure that water is always available. Right. Because when you're partying and doing stuff like that, sometimes you forget to hydrate.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those rooms where, you go on. What about the food? What about the cheap food there?
Well, the food's great. People bring crock pots and they make their own stuff, and they'll charge you maybe $2 for a bowl of whatever and a drink or something. It's not going to break the bank. I mean, you're not going to be spending a whole bunch of money versus if you were to go to the restaurant. Although you do have that option. There is a restaurant there if you decide that you want to eat, you want to go for breakfast or whatnot. I think they actually have, don't they have a welcoming breakfast or something on Saturday morning or something?
Yeah, I was just reading that. I wasn't even aware of that, but I think that might be a regular thing. You got a buffet, a breakfast buffet. And I know some people, the hardcore Keyconers, they'll tend to have, that'll be their meal for that entire day. Wow. They'll go for that buffet, just gorge themselves, and then, maybe snack throughout the day. So one of the problems of Keycon that the ConCom, I think is what they're called, they're always trying to address, is making sure people look after themselves, because I think often we're all having too much fun and we might forget things like eating or sleeping or showering. It is actually a common ongoing problem, and they're always trying to push to get people to make sure they eat, drink, and shower, because I've been a victim of it too. Like, I'm definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed, that's for sure. I've gone with no. I think there was one year I didn't sleep from the Friday to the Saturday, perhaps, or the Saturday to the Sunday. I didn't sleep at all. I just kept going. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm old now. I don't. After 10 o'clock, it's like, oh.
But I mean, very often, because the other thing with Keycon that I like, and this isn't an advertised part of Keycon, but everyone is so friendly and everyone is so nice. It's not unusual to end up in someone's room, and there might be you and me, and then all of a sudden, hey, we haven't seen this person for 2 years or whatever. Hey, nice to see you. Then we both go up to the room and have a couple of drinks there, and then they come up to our room and have a couple of drinks there, and then we run into someone else, and then we go into someone else's room and have a couple of drinks.
More people show up. It's just a big, it's just a big social gathering. It's almost like a big family thing. Hey, I haven't seen you, from the year before. Or
there's Uncle Jerry, and there's
maybe someone hasn't been there last year, and then you saw them the year before, and you haven't seen them, and now you see them this. Oh yeah, it's almost like a family reunion almost.
It is, and unlike a family reunion, you don't have to go home. You just stay the whole weekend, and if you get kind of tired or socially burnt out, you can just go back to your room and crash. And Keycon's really good at making sure, they work a deal with the hotel. They get reduced rates if you're going to Keycon, so the room rates are not that expensive at all, in comparison. And considering you're downtown, the rates can be pretty expensive for hotels, but their rates are greatly reduced, which is really nice. And the rooms are actually nice.
Yeah, and the Blitz and the Jets are done with the playoffs now, so I'm sure the rates are pretty constant.
Yeah.
Because the Jets, when they're MTS Center's downtown, not that far from the Radisson, so any surrounding area, if we were still in the playoffs, would probably be booked up.
Yeah.
More so than normal. But it's nice that they have that rate for the people going to Keycon. Now, the thing is, because this is the first year I'm doing this, with you, but since we're getting the room and we're going to Keycon, do you know if you can get the room and Keycon registered at the same time?
Yes. I don't know how it works, so I guess we'll find out when we get there. But when I booked the room, I booked it through the Keycon website. It reserves a room for you, or in the type of room you want. But then I was also able to knock us down for our Keycon passes for the weekend, which means that you get different pricing on the Keycon weekend pass based on when you get it. The longer you wait, the more expensive it is. But because we booked our hotel so far in advance, it actually included the pass as well. So I don't know how that works to get the pass and all that sort of stuff. I guess you'll figure it out because you'll be there first. Yeah. But there's 2 passes put against our room for you and for me.
Okay.
So we'll get that reduced price.
Yeah, because when we would normally go, like anybody coming for the first time, there's actually a wicket on the second. I can't remember what floor it's on now. Floor
11 or 12, I think.
Floor 11 or 12?
I can't remember.
Well, I'm sure there'll be signs posted where you anyway, you go up there, and then that's where they you fill out a form. You give your name. You can give your Elias your nickname or whatnot if you want that on your badge, which is nice.
I like that.
If you do go, I would suggest bringing a lanyard. So this would be the piece that goes around your neck with the little snap on it, because those don't come with it.
No, they do. Well, they do sell it there, but they could run out.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like $5, or I don't know. It's not a lot of money for sure.
Okay, but if you do have one, I would bring it, just in case. Or if you have the little things, the badges that you can hold inside, that's always handy too.
Yep, but they check people all the time, so you got to wear that badge the whole time. There's a lot of people, like there's other stuff that goes on in the hotel. There's generally another event or two happening at the same time, either like a wedding or a different convention at the same time. So sometimes you get a little bit of cross-pollination between different events going on at the same time.
Right.
I think one year, and I mean, someone's got to back me up in this story. I have no freaking idea, but I remember some people were rappelling down, or was it down the side of the building or something, or some crazy shit. I don't know if that was
downtown.
Yeah, rappelling off the building, or I don't know. Someone, you know what? Someone, if you guys send a comment to the Meet the Geeks Facebook page, maybe, or to the Keycon thing, and I don't know that story, some crazy stuff. Maybe we shouldn't bring it up here, but someone, you know what, go to Keycon this weekend, someone will tell you that story, because it's been told to me. I'm just a little...
Well, this was actually at the Radisson. They were rappelling off the Radisson?
Yeah, or something like that. I don't know.
They weren't wearing a cape or anything, were they?
No, I think they were like military people or some weird thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't think it was Navy SEALs or anything, but I don't know, some weird. Anyway, whatever.
Something was going on. Wow.
Crazy shenanigans. So, other than that, like Saturday is the big masquerade. So if you want to dress up and enter into the masquerade, there's your opportunity to do so. However, I will throw a hazard out there, is that if you're going to do the masquerade, you probably ain't doing anything else all day. Masquerade will take up all of your time. You're going to miss out on panels. The first year you and I went, I hardly spent any time with you at all, because I was in the masquerade with Charles, who I'm interviewing tonight, actually. Charles and I were in the same group costume along with Barry, and we dressed up as Minions that year, as you might recall.
Yes.
And that's actually Charles, who I'm going to be interviewing tonight. Great dude. Really great dude. Anyway, I'm almost home. Oh, my God.
Well, you got through traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty insane.
From the unnamed street.
Yep.
Yeah. So this will be interesting this year, because, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack up, I guess, the studio.
Yep.
The mics and mixer and cables and all that stuff, and that's when we'll do our panel. That's where we'll have it all hooked up. So, Yeah, so bring your headphones.
Oh, yeah, no, of course, yeah. I'm going to bring all my regular stuff I'd bring to the studio.
Right, and I'll be bringing my chocolate-covered M&Ms, which seems to be the tradition.
That's right.
So I saw them the other day at Costco, and I went, aha! Need to bring these.
Yep. Yeah, Masquerade. There's a bunch of other stuff. You know what? Just go to Keycon. Come look us up. Come hang out with us. We have those 2 panels on Saturday, Podcasting 101, and then we're going to do a live episode. If you guys want to start your own podcast, we're going to give you some kind of tips on how to do so.
And if you have any questions, I mean, some people may have been doing them already or whatever version. Maybe they want something a little more elaborate.
Yep.
We can kind of guide them through from the knowledge that we have.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not total experts, but we'll let you know what we're using, and the more affordable stuff. If you want to go smaller or if you want to go bigger, there's different hookups for it. So.
Yep. Exactly. So we're going to cover that, and then after we're going to do a live episode, i.e. with a live studio audience, and it's going to be interactive. So if you guys go back into the library, check out some old episodes with the keywords versus in it. We're going to do an episode of a segment of versus. We're going to do a 5 Faces of Geek as well. And I also want to do incorrect journalism, which we didn't really do often. I don't even know if you did one with me or not, but the idea of the versus, check out the episode, see how it works. Check out the incorrect journalism episode, which is something I wanted to go back on again, which is basically someone gives us a headline. We're looking for you, the Keycon audience, to give us a headline that we know nothing about, and we will talk about that headline without any information. It's really funny.
I'm good at that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so
I'll give you my 2 cents. Yeah.
You guys get your stuff ready. We're going to ruin journalism for everybody. That's the idea. Worse than it is now, believe me. All right, I'm going to sign off here, brother.
All right, sir.
I guess we'll maybe try. I think we're good for next week. I think we might delay Monday's episode because we got all these extra ones here. And try to. Yeah.
Okay, so tonight did you?
Oh yeah, for tonight.
Did you want me to join in on that one?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do a Skype call. I got all his information, so I'll Skype you first, and then I'll add him on, and then it's only going to be like 20, 30 minutes or something.
Okay, but, I'll hook up my stuff for the Skype then, and then I'll tear down tomorrow. Oh
yeah, perfect. Yeah. Awesome.
All right, sir.
All right, we'll see you on the flip side.
Okay.
Or we'll see you in a few hours, I guess.
All right, then.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, see ya.
See ya.